Okay, let's just dive right in. Have you ever had that quiet little voice inside you, that whisper that says there's something more out there for you? More joy, more purpose, a life that feels like it's just kind of out of reach? Well, what we're going to do here is distill the absolute core ideas from the audiobook Think Positive, Live Your Dream Life into a really practical framework that will help you wake up to your own power and really totally reshape your mindset.
Now, this quote, this isn't just some nice, fluffy idea to make you feel good. It's the fundamental principle we are unpacking today. The whole concept is built on this one core truth. Your thoughts are actively, literally shaping your reality every single day, whether you realize it or not.
So, here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to explore this idea of your thoughts being the blueprint of your reality. Then, we'll get into the actual science of how you can rewire your brain. After that, we'll learn how to spot and pull out those limiting beliefs. We're calling it weeding your mental garden. And finally, we'll get you set up with the daily mindset toolkit so you can put all of this into practice. Let's kick things off with this really powerful metaphor. Every single building starts with a blueprint, right? Well, in your life, your thoughts are the architects designing that very blueprint. The reality that you're living in right now, it was first built inside your mind. You see, most of us, we build our lives by default. We're just running on autopilot, reacting to whatever life throws at us, letting old habits and patterns call the shots. But, and this is a big but, we have another option: conscious design. This is all about intentionally choosing your focus and really knowing deep down that you are the creator of your future, not just some product of your past. It's a huge shift from just reacting to actively creating. So how in the world does this work biologically? Well, your brain has this amazing filtering system called the reticular activating system, or you can just call it the RAS. Think of it like a spotlight. It's the reason why when you decide you want to buy a red car, you suddenly start seeing red cars absolutely everywhere. It's not that there are more red cars, it's that your brain is now tuned to notice them. The exact same thing happens with your beliefs. If you believe you're unlucky, your RAS will work overtime to highlight every single setback to prove you right. Once you really get that, it leads to this incredibly powerful realization. If our brain is filtering our reality based on our thoughts, then the key to changing everything is rewiring your brain. And the best news is, this is not just wishful thinking. Changing your thoughts is a real biological process. Transformation isn't just an idea, it's actual science. And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It can feel like a massive leap to think that one simple, fleeting thought could have any real physical impact on the actual structure of your brain. But you know what? The science is crystal clear on this. The answer is a fascinating concept called neuroplasticity. This is your brain's incredible built-in ability to reorganize itself, to form brand new connections based on your experiences, and this is the most important part, your thoughts. Your brain isn't fixed in place like a chunk of concrete. It's more like clay, totally adaptable and ready to be reshaped by whatever you choose to repeat. So how does this rewiring process actually happen? Well, think of your mind as a dense forest. A new positive thought is like trying to walk a new path through that forest for the first time. It's tough. You're pushing through thick underbrush. But the more you walk that path through repetition, the clearer and wider it becomes. And what happens to the old negative paths you're not walking down anymore? They start to get overgrown and disappear. You are literally building new superhighways in your mind. Okay, so now that we know we can create these brand new paths, we have to deal with what's already growing in there. And this brings us to our third section, weeding your mental garden. We have to learn how to identify and pull out all those limiting beliefs that are basically choking our potential for growth. And here is the absolute key thing to remember about these weeds. A limiting belief is not a fact. It's just a thought that you've practiced over and over and over again until it feels like the absolute truth. Its power doesn't come from being accurate, it comes from being familiar. So how do you start spotting them in your own mind? What do these weeds actually sound like in your day-to-day thinking? A lot of the time, they sound just like this, and they're sneaky because they disguise themselves as being rational or reasonable or even protective. I need to be realistic. Sounds so smart, right? But it can be a weed that stops you from even trying. I don't want to fail and embarrass myself. Sounds like self-preservation, but really, it's often just fear keeping you playing small. So the process for getting them out is pretty straightforward. First, you just spot the weed. Just notice the thought pops up. Second, you question its roots. Ask yourself, is this actually true? Or is this just something I picked up from someone else? And finally, you plant a better seed. Now, this doesn't have to be some giant leap of faith.
If saying, I am a huge success feels like a lie, try a believable bridge thought, something like, I'm capable of improving every single day. Okay, this brings us to our final and maybe most important section, your daily mindset toolkit. Because let's be honest, knowing all this stuff is great, but real, lasting transformation is built through small, consistent daily actions. So let's look at the practical rituals that make this change actually stick. And you don't need some hour-long complicated routine. Start with this simple but incredibly powerful morning ritual. First, set an intention. Don't think about your to-do list. Think about how you want to feel. Do you want to feel calm, focused, kind? Second, visualize. Just spend 5 minutes feeling the success you want. Third, practice gratitude. Name 3 specific things. See, this isn't about giant leaps, it's about setting your compass for the day. Now, when we talk about visualization, it's way more than just daydreaming. It's mental rehearsal. The real key is to engage all your senses and attach strong, positive emotions to what you're imagining. Feel the pride, the joy, the relief. Feel it in your body as if it's happening right now. And why is this so important? Because your brain actually doesn't know the difference between a real experience and one that you vividly imagined. You are literally creating a memory of a future event. And finally, gratitude. I just love this quote that it's fertilizer for growth. It's not some passive feeling. It's an active practice. Gratitude literally shifts your brain's focus away from what's missing to what's already working. You're training your reticular activating system to spot the good stuff, the opportunities and blessings all around you. So, to bring this all home, just think of it like this. Your thoughts are the architects. They draw up the grand blueprint for your life. But a blueprint is just a plan on paper, right? Your daily rituals, things like setting an intention, visualization, and gratitude, they are the builders who show up every single day to actually construct that life, brick by brick. So that leaves us with one final and really powerful question. If your thoughts are the architects designing the blueprint of your life, and your daily rituals are the builders bringing it all to life, what will you choose to build today?